would you consider, sir, a pardon? Look at General Flynn, for example, or, Papadopoulos, who's had to spend 12 days in jail. Is that something that you would consider at some point?
Well, as I told you, many, many people were hurt, incredibly hurt by this whole scam. It's just a scam, but it's much worse than that. It's at the highest level.
I just want to say one thing, Tucker. Pardon General Flynn, pardon George Papadopoulos, and pardon Roger Stone right now, Mr. President.
That's exactly right.
Absolutely.
I couldn't agree with. Don't wait till after the election. Do it now. They deserve it now.
Do it right now. Do it right now on Twitter.
I agree.
George Papadopoulos has petitioned the Department of Justice for a pardon. Would you recommend to President Trump do it or not?
Yes.
You would?
Definitely.
Pardon Papadopoulos?
Yes.
When you turn around and see the people who are victims in this, in Carter Page, I believe in George Papadopoulos, and to a degree, Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, you have to wonder how it all started to find out how they began to be surveilled and possibly set up.
And what about the victims of this monstrosity? There are many. Roger Stone is facing life in prison. He was indicted by an investigation designed to find collusion, indicted on minor charges.
And the way that some of these people were trapped into this process by what many people view as a conspiracy on the other side, that all needs to be looked into.
He was dragged from his own home in a morning FBI raid. They put an amphibious vehicle outside his house and pointed an automatic weapon in his face, all to find collusion. But there was no collusion. Stone is still looking at life in prison. Where is Roger Stone's pardon? His pardon from the president. Let's hope it comes very soon.
Suspicions about some of the other gentlemen that you spoke to, that they maybe also were in on this plot to sort of entrap you into this situation. Do you think you're going to get a pardon from President Trump?
I have no idea. I have no expectation for it. I know my lawyers have formally applied for one, and if I'm granted one, it would be a tremendous honor. And of course,
you already spent 12 days in federal prison, which I'm sure was not a picnic, but you'd like to have that off your record.
Guys like Roger Stone are headed to prison because of that. Where are the pardons here? I mean, is it time for the executive branch to send a really clear message? We're going to stop the destruction of innocent people by completely out-of-control bureaucrats.
I think it is the time for pardons.
Have you heard anything about pardons, specifically of Roger Stone, who looks like he could literally spend the rest of his life in prison for a process crime that wouldn't have arisen without this investigation, which turned out to be pointless in the first place? Have you heard anybody in the White House talk about the president pardoning Roger Stone?
Do you think he should pardon anyone?
The one that I have the strongest feeling about is General Flynn. What they did to General Flynn was unfair, and I have told the president, he's not responded to me, but I've told him my opinion is that he ought to pardon General Flynn.
By the way, it doesn't make sense not to pardon people.
I agree.
You think this is a scam and a hoax, and the people
in
charge are illegitimate, then you have an obligation to make it right by pardoning the people who are wronged, and I hope you're on that list.
Thank you so much.